Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be checking out the Roadmaster diode wiring kit for towed vehicles. So when it comes to setting up a flat tow bar wiring is going to be a necessity. It's going to send the lighting signals from the back of your motorhome to the back of your vehicle, keeping you safe and legal. You know, people will know what your intentions are whenever you're going down the road. And a diode wiring kit like this is going to be one way to accomplish that. And honestly, we set up a lot of flat tows here, and just about all of them we put diode wiring in, primarily the Roadmaster kits. And we do that because we've had a lot of good luck with them. They're really reliable. Rarely do we run into any issues with them. And just as important, it's really easy to set up. Once everything is installed, you're essentially just gonna have to plug a cable in at the front, and that's it, you're good to go. On ours, you just plug into the back of the motorhome, and the other end will plug into the front of your vehicle. Now this particular kit does not come included with a cable or a 6-way round style connector. There's several different variations of this kit available, and it's really just going to depend on what type of tow bar you have. I think that's why they do that. This setup, I kind of like to call it the bare bones kit, because you get your diodes, you know, your bundle of wire and some ins and outs to kind of help you complete the installation. And you would want to use a kit like this if your tow bar happens to come included with the cable and the 6-way round connector, like the Roadmaster Nighthawk, for example. So if that's what you got, don't make sense to buy the same parts twice if you don't need to, right? Or we see it a lot too. A lot of people already have a umbilical cable here that they'd like to reuse. It's still in good shape. You could get this kit as well. That would work in a situation like that as well. Just make sure if you just have the cable, you know, make sure you get the 6-way round connector plug to kind of complete that whole package. If you don't have the cable or your tow bar don't come included with it, the good news is there's those other kits available. So for example, if you have a tow bar that has channels in it, like the Roadmaster Falcon, for example, has channels on the side, you're going to want to pick up the kit that has the hybrid cable like this. That way you can run the straight portion through those channels. There's also a kit that has the cables just completely straight. That'll work just fine as well. And if your tow bar does not have channels in it, you want to make sure to get the kit that has the coiled style cable. That way it rides up tight, you're going straight, but gives you that extra length that you need when you make them turns. All those that I mentioned are 7 to 6-way round style connectors, by far the most common. For whatever reason though, if you want to set things up differently, there's a coiled 7 to 4. My thought with this though, if you're going through the trouble to install everything, you might as well get the 6-way end and give you a couple more terminals that you can utilize for a charge line or something like that. If your coach does not have a 7-way on it, all right, if it's an older model or something and you don't feel like wiring that up, there's a kit that has a 4-way flat to 4-way flat on it as well. So that's always something that you could use if you needed to. The kit is going to come with 30 foot of wire, which generally speaking, even on most mid-size SUVs and smaller trucks, it's going to be enough. Sometimes if you have to route things, you know, in a strange way, or you have a double cab pickup truck, something like that, you might have to pick up a little bit of extra wire. Kind of just depends, but generally speaking, should be pretty good there. And I keep saying diodes. All right, so this is what a diode looks like, and what it does is prevents current from backfeeding. So this will go in line of your factory tail light wiring. All right, so it'll let the signal get sent from the motorhome to the tail light, but not the other way around. So you're not going to have to worry about damaging your vehicle's factory electrical system or anything like that, because the diodes keep them protected. And the diodes are nice. You know, they have a metal body or aluminum body. They stay cool. Compared to another diode kit, Blue Ox makes one, for example, you know, they're right on par with each other. The Blue Ox does come with a couple extra strands of wire, I believe, that might give you some extra length if you do happen to have a bigger truck or something like that. Even their diodes are pretty similar. They're a little bit smaller in size, so that's what this one is here. This one's from the Blue Ox. A little bit smaller in size, nothing crazy there. I'd say the quality is about the same. These ones are more of a plastic or rubber feel than metal. But you know, if you come to find out your vehicle don't have a ton of room behind the tail lights to put diodes or something like that, the Blue Ox might be a little better option because they just don't take up as much space. One of the things you might be asking yourself is this kit going to work with my vehicle? And that's hard to answer across the board for every single make and model out there. But generally speaking, yes, this is going to be a fit for a lot of vehicles that are being flat towed, with a couple of exceptions. One of them being if your vehicle happens to have what's called variable voltage lighting. There's not a ton of them out on the road, but they are out there. Some of the more popular vehicles that we see at least that have it are some of the Jeeps that have park sense, some of the late model Chevy Equinoxes. And you know, if you're unsure if your vehicle has that or not, there's a ton of information available right here at eTrailer. Videos, photos, and a lot of things you can check out to help you figure out if that is something that your vehicle has. And if it does have variable voltage lighting, it's not a huge deal. Roadmaster makes a kit very similar to this, except it's used what's called smart diodes, and those are designed to work with those types of vehicles. There's really not a whole lot to it. In terms of installation, every vehicle is going to be set up a little bit different. It's not too bad, more time consuming than anything, because you will have to hook up your wires here at the front, route them to the back, and tie into the tail lights. Not crazy complicated, just be prepared to spend a little bit of time getting that done. But other than that, at the end of the day, a really nice kit. Like I said, we've installed a ton of them here and had really good luck with them, so they'll definitely get the job done. But with all that said, I think that'll about do it for our look at of the Roadmaster diode wiring kit for towed vehicles.